All right, what is good, YouTube? It is your boy QDZ. We're back with some more Dragon Ball content. It hasn't even been a while. It's really just been 5 days since I made a video. Your boy had the COVID virus very recently, so if I still sound a little sick, if I'm coughing during the video, you definitely know why. I'm still getting over that virus as we speak. Taking the medicine, all that other good stuff. So at least I know what the cure for it is. I'm working on recovering, but I still want to make videos and I still want to get these out so I can keep consistency with that for you guys. And obviously the Dragon Ball Genkidamatsuri, I'm sorry if I butchered that, whatever. This stream reveal thing is on the 25th of January, which is on Sunday. I just wanted to talk about this a little bit, what we could be seeing upcoming for this. Normally on Sundays I do a lot of things, but I will probably be streaming this because some people know, but I do live in Central Time Zone in Texas, and this weekend we're expecting a big snowstorm, so I'm going to be locked in the house more than likely for longer than I would like, longer than I have already been being sick. So yeah, so we're gonna have plenty of time to cover some Dragon Ball content, so I'm actually excited for it. But anyways, as far as this goes, event name Dragon Ball Genkidamatsuri. This is on the 25th of January, which is Sunday. Obviously they have their official website, which is pretty cool. Now this, what I've seen is they have dropped a promo for this pretty much in every, I guess, I don't want to say every Dragon Ball game, but like Dragon Ball Legends and Dokkan have mentioned it. So that tells me that something special is definitely coming for those games. We already know Dokkan's anniversary is on the 28th, is when those banners and stuff should be dropping. But I just wanted to talk about what we could be seeing for this event. I wish I could pull up the calendar, the exact the calendar schedule that they have for the event. I saw here, maybe if I switch this to English. Okay, I guess it just won't switch to, yeah, translate to English. Okay, I just guess it just won't switch to English. So, oh, here it is. Okay. All right. So it looks like they have new development super announced. So I know that they were talking, a lot of people have been predicting Dragon Ball Super being continued for this event, and I'm honestly not too sure. I mean, if they were to announce it, now would be the perfect time, but I feel like them announcing it right now would be nothing but a confirmation until like 2 years later, because keep in mind they just finished, like they just wrapped up Daima, right? They had a whole budget set for Daima. They just finished, they wrapped up the animation for that. They're just wrapping that up. So in order for them to start on the second season of Dragon Ball Super, the second half of Dragon Ball Super, it's gonna take them a while, bro. And I don't think, I think it's like a 50-50 chance that they say, hey, we're going to keep animating, we're gonna make the second half of Dragon Ball Super, and we're going to release it at the end of 2027 or mid 2027. that is like the best case scenario, 50% chance. The other 50% chance, I think, is that they say, yo, we're going to reanimate Dragon Ball Super. Obviously, there are plenty of there's so many shots in Dragon Ball Super that you could think of. The TV show specifically, where they don't look great at all. They're not worthy of being animated on TV. It looks like a kid just kind of drew it, and you know, to be honest, it's like I would understand if, like, now, especially with sincerely the passing of Toriyama, rest in peace Toriyama, they look back on that and they're like, okay, we want to make Toriyama's work on television, wherever you want to watch it, look as impeccable as possible. We want there to be that version out there no matter what, right? We don't want to just put any type of slop out there. We want to reanimate this and make it look as good as possible so that people can go and watch it for the first time, first and through the end, and it looks good all the way through. So what I'm talking about is like a Dragon Ball Super Kai, where, you know, they might skip some stuff or make some stuff shorter, but, you know, it's animated better, they're saving time, and it, you know, that's the other 50% that I think they could do with announcing Dragon Ball Super. So that's part one of what I think they would do for this first segment. They do have the speakers, Nezuko Nozawa, which is the Japanese voice actor for Goku. I believe, I want to say this is the one for Vegeta. I'm not sure. It would only make sense, but I'm not sure. But I mean, it would be dope for her to announce that, you know, the new season, or they're making a new, they're continuing Dragon Ball Super with the Moro arc, Granola arc, or they're just doing a remake. And if they're doing a remake, I'm fine with that, because they can announce the second half of season 2 anytime they want. It doesn't have to be at this big event. Would it be great at this event? Yeah, it would, but I would rather them be 100% certain that they're ready to move forward with something before they just go and announce it. Next, we have the new game Super announcement. A lot of people have been speculating Xenoverse 3. In my opinion, bro, I think Sparking Zero was our Xenoverse 3. I don't know if we're actually going to get a Xenoverse 3, but I will say that Xenoverse in its own right is its own game in terms of the way that it just is for a Dragon Ball game, with the time patroller stuff and everything. So it's just like, they could make a Xenoverse 3, better graphics, better this, better that, but it's just like, when you think about it, it's just like, okay, Xenoverse with better graphics and kind of a different fighting style. Your first instinct is kind of to think of Sparking Zero, but even though Sparking Zero has the Budokai Tenkaichi fighting style, and it's just like, I don't know. I just think if you want to make Xenoverse 3, it's combining Xenoverse 2 with Sparking Zero graphics with the Xenoverse fighting style, but I guess switching up the fighting mechanics, kinda like adding like Raging Blast mechanics. I don't know, like, it's just, I don't know. And like, bro, Xenoverse has been getting so many updates, bro, to the point where I don't even think making another version of it is even worth it at this point anymore. I mean, as a Dragon Ball fan, I'm always gonna take something that's new. I'm never gonna deny it, but it's also like, it, you know, it's a live service game at this point. If you're gonna keep adding stuff to it, then it's just kind of like, okay, we get Xenoverse 3, and then what else could we what new could we get in Xenoverse 3 aside from a new story? You know, I guess it would just be a fresh, brand new experience. But then I feel like that would just sweep Sparking Zero under the rug completely, bro. And it was like, if Sparking Zero was more well received, I feel like not a lot of people would ever be talking about Xenoverse 3 right now. But since the way that Sparking Zero just kind of hit the pavement, everybody's like, alright, Xenoverse 3. And then if we don't get Xenoverse 3 here, we're all going to be disappointed. And they're like, dang, no Xenoverse 3? Alright, they fumbled. No Xenoverse 3? They fumbled. And it's like, bro, Sparking Zero is right there, but Sparking Zero fumbled. They had the opportunity. So they fumbled. Now we're waiting for Xenoverse 3, and they didn't announce it. So now we're sitting here looking at each other like, you know what I mean? So just like, I don't know. I'm just saying I wouldn't get my hopes up for it. I would love a Xenoverse 3. But the perfect scenario for that, in order for them to announce Xenoverse 3, I feel like there has to be confirmation that Super is coming back. Because if Super is coming back and they're dropping like Moro Arc, Granola Arc, all that stuff, that is the perfect time for a new Dragon Ball game, because that stuff gets put freshly into a new Dragon Ball game, and we get to experience fresh new stuff in the anime on a fresh new Dragon Ball game. That is probably going to be the best feeling ever for a fan. So that is something that I hope that could happen, and I hope that it does happen. You know, these reveals are only 30 minutes to 45 minutes long, and you know how these guys, they do like to speak a little bit. I mean, I remember this guy from the Legends reveal, man. They, you know, there's probably going to be some singing going on in this. New development Super announced. Obviously, there's a part 1 and part 2, which makes me think either they could probably do both. They could do the remake and they can do the continuation. Who knows? So these first 3 are some heavy hitters, bro. I'll tell you right now, if we don't get what we want in the first 3, and then I know people are going to be very upset. And this is all happening within what, 2 hours, 3 hours? Like, I mean, like, the first 2.5 hours of this is the most crucial point. And I'm glad that they're starting it off very strong. So yeah, and then next but not least, because I don't think the rest of this really matters, no one really plays the Super Divers, the weekly Dragon Ball news, the Geki, the live stage, and they have all these. Kagayama, he was the one that was singing for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Yeah, he was singing Chala Hechala for Super Saiyan 4 Goku when he dropped on Legends. Dokkan Battle, as we know, is going to be doing their anniversary, so I really don't think Dokkan is going to be getting anything crazy. What's his name? Tani, or not Tani? What's the producer's name? I forgot the producer's name for Dokkan. I'm gonna be doing a summoning video for the anniversary for those characters when they drop. So you know, look out for that. But he did announce that the stream for that is on the 28th when they drop the character animations. So I think what they're just going to do is they're just going to show off the character animations for, not the character animations, they're just going to show the characters themselves. They're probably going to show the trailer, they're probably going to talk about it for a little bit. Basically, a lot of the things that they showed in the stream a couple days ago when they initially showed the characters is probably what they're gonna show in this first one with the Dokkan battle. It'll probably be like half of this time, and then Legends, and then Genshin. They'll probably sit 15 minutes apiece. Dokkan battle. Legends will probably just be a new character. I'd imagine Legends is probably just gonna drop an Ultra. You know, this, if Legends does this, what I think they're gonna do, bro, I don't know how I'm gonna feel, but I guess it's possible, because I mean, this is like when everybody wants to drop their Daima Super Saiyan 4 stuff, like Dokkan's doing the Daima Super Saiyan 4, Fighters is doing their Daima Super Saiyan 4. They announced it for this thing as well. I mean, Legends could very well drop an Ultra Daima Super Saiyan 4 or a Mini Super Saiyan 4 LF. So I would just think something Daima related, because that's currently the campaign we are in Legends right now. I think that's something that might be coming in Legends. In terms of speakers, oh, okay, Tani and Toshi. Toshi's for a for Genshin, and then yeah, we have Genshin at the last spot. For Genshin, they're probably just gonna show Bardock's trailer. I think Bardock should be dropping next week. Yeah, it's the 23rd. Bardock should be dropping next week, so we should probably see maybe a little, maybe like a gameplay clip, or just like a little bit on his kit. They might show Bardock and or Kefla, or both of them, or I mean, I don't think it's possible they just straight up show the next season, but you know, they're probably just gonna show Bardock, show a little gameplay of Bardock, tell us how Super Vegito works and all that other stuff. So nothing too crazy with Genshin, but as far as the big stuff goes, it's really just Xenoverse 3 and the continuation of Super. If they don't continue with Dragon Ball Super, then these games right here, along with Xenoverse and Sparking Zero, are at a dead stop in terms of when they can, well, not technically a dead stop, but you know what I mean. Like, we're still in that dry period, okay, where we're slowly releasing stuff we've already done until Super comes back, and then we can finally get back to releasing new stuff. So it's really all on this right now. And like I said, they can announce the continuation of Super at any point, but I feel like there is no other time than this time to announce it. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be streaming it, I'm gonna be looking at it. So we're just gonna be sitting here seated, waiting all day for it and looking at it, man. So if you guys want to tune into that, I'm excited. So, but if you guys enjoyed, man, please be sure to like, subscribe. I'm gonna get some rest. Probably next time I'll make something is on Sunday. Hopefully I'll be better by then. But enough with that, man. I will see you guys in the next video. Let me know down below, what are your thoughts on this event and what do you think is coming for it. Peace.